Greetings to all and every one of you. Welcome to We Speak Cinema. I am your host, Ioan, for this video. And for this video specifically, we're going to be talking about the Criterion Collection. Now, the sale is just around the corner, so I thought that a very decent video should be revolving around the collection itself. I have right in front of me 10 criterions which I'm so eager to share with you and of course recommend them to you. So let's get started. So for my first pick is Safety Last, starring Harold Lloyd in this wonderful silent film from 1923 with a fantastic jazz soundtrack. I mean, what can you say? A lot of people, they praise Chaplin and Keaton for being the greats of silent cinema, but in my opinion, nobody was as clever, as funny, as more interesting than Harold Lloyd. What a wonderful film with a wonderful story about a small guy trying to make it into the great big city. So Safety Last is definitely, if you want to start your journey into silent cinema, is definitely probably the best film to start it with, because this, after watching this, I've watched 4 or 5 silent films in a row, which I've never done before, all starring Harold Lloyd. So if you want to try silent cinema, this is your man. For the second recommendation, I picked Rules of the Game by Jean Renoir. This is a film which had a very interesting history. After its release in 1937, it was quickly sort of cut because of its very risque jokes upon the bourgeoisie, because the movie deals about the bourgeois class and of course the working class. And it's also a movie which sort of portrays the lives of rich people, how infected they are. But it portrays it into a very Jean Renoir, very humanistic, very funny way. So I'm not going to say anything more about this because this film is worth checking out on itself. So go and check out Rules of the Game by Jean Renoir. For my third pick is The Naked City, directed by none other but Jules Dassin. This is a film from 1948. It is a police procedural, and it's a very, I think, is the mother of all police procedurals, set in New York in a very torrid summer. We are following a new detective on the force, trying to solve this murder that has been going on in the city. And we're just following him. We're just following how the police is doing their work, what is happening at the scene of the crime, stuff that we haven't seen yet on the screen. I mean, people have been obsessed with noir films, starting with The Maltese Falcon and then Double Indemnity, but they haven't seen a police procedural. Yes, in those films, the police they were sort of hailed, those people who come in with big fedoras and a badge. But in here, they're more than that. They're people who are trying to do justice. So definitely Naked City, if you like police procedurals, definitely worth the watch. For my next pick is, yes, the Elia Kazan masterpiece of A Face in the Crowd, starring Andy Griffith. Now, if you know who Andy Griffith is, that he played in the 1960s, he had his own show over a couple of years called The Andy Griffith Show, and he always played this sort of the comedic role. But this film, when it came out in 1957, it was a flop. It sort of disappointed audiences. And not only that, but this movie was the first and last film of Andy Griffith. He's never made any other film but this, and he was sort of discouraged by the reviews that this movie has received, even though he plays in here a very straight role yet maniacal role. And this movie is all about the cult of personality, the cult of media moguls who are able to control our lives by just appearing on the nightly news or appearing on their nightly television show and just telling us their opinions on something. This is a fantastic film that not only applied then in the 1950s when television was on the rise, but it applies to it now after television has been in our households for a couple of good decades. What can I say more? But go and check this out. A Face in the Crowd, directed by Elia Kazan and starring Andy Griffith. For my next pick, oh boy, this is probably my favorite of all of these, is The Human Condition. This is a movie by by Kobayashi, the same director who directed Harakiri, and it stars Tatsuya Nakadai, again the same actor who played in not only Kurosawa films like High and Low, but he also played in Harakiri, in Kobayashi's other film, and he also played in The Sword of Doom. This is a wow, what a fantastic adaptation of a 6-volume novel, which deals about this sort of internal fight between a very moral person being placed into a very amoral society, an amoral system. He's just trying to live his life morally. He's trying to save people. He's trying to sacrifice himself for people. And Tatsuya Nakadai, I think this is his best role. I mean, he gives one of the best performances of his life, playing an engineer who opposes the Imperial Japanese Army. He was being exiled to Manchuria to work there on a Chinese concentration camp. And then he's later being forced into the Imperial Army, and then he becomes a Soviet POW. What a wonderful film. And the ending of this film, it really marked me when I first watched it. It's about a 9-hour film, of course, in 3.5 hours, 3 to 3.5 hours length each of the 3 films. Wow, I was astonished, and I'm still thinking about it. I am shocked. So if you want something new, something innovative to watch, check out The Human Condition. The other film which I want to talk to you about is Il Sorpasso, directed by Dino Risi and starring Vittorio Gassman and Jean-Louis Trinidad, who just passed recently. This is a wonderful film about life. This is showing you what life ought to be about, and that is living your life to the fullest potential. Even if you're studying to become a lawyer or a medical student, yes, that's good, but live your life, because you never know when death can be around the corner. And not trying to be too literal, but this film gives one of the best portrayals of what is Italy in the early 1960s, what is the Italian ideal, what is the culture around there. So if you want to also study about the Italian culture in the early 1960s, this would be a great watch for that as well. But if you love cinema, this will be a great watch as well. What a wonderful film, what a wonderful ending as well. I didn't like the ending in the beginning, but watching this every summer, this is also a summer film. It's the film that starts the summer for me all the time. He has the summer feeling, especially if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's the songs, the people always are dressed nice, and they're on the beach all the time. Yeah, this is the film if you want to see something new and something innovative from the Italian New Wave. My next film is from 1972 and is none other but Andrei Tarkovsky's Solaris. And this is a wonderful philosophical film, just like any other Tarkovsky film, like Andrei Rublev and Mirror and Stalker. What a great film to watch. And it's also, if you are a lover of sci-fi, if you love 2001: A Space Odyssey by Kubrick, you will enjoy this to the fullest, even though this is very different than 2001, where 2001 deals about more of the rational part. This deals more about the philosophical aspect of what it means to be in space, what it means to be alive, what it means to have those loved ones close to us, and in the end, what reality truly means for each of us. What a great film, and I cannot recommend this film even more. So go and check this out, Solaris. So for my next film, also from 1970s, it's the Fassbender World on a Wire. What a terrific ride to watch this. I was surprised. I was not expecting it where this was going, but I loved it, every minute of it. This is about a conspiracy happening within a society, within a world, within a company specifically. It's about virtual reality, or rather alternate realities, and I can't believe that there was somebody out there in the 1970s who thought about the concept of alternate realities being portrayed on film. And of course, it had to be the great master, such as Fassbender. What a fantastic film. So go check this out if you enjoy films about virtual realities, but also about other realities which we might not be aware of until people start disappearing. So for my next pick, it's from 1980, is none other but Hopscotch, starring Walter Matthau. Now, if you know Walter Matthau, he's always played these goofy roles in films, but in this film, he's truly the epitome of laughter. I mean, he's a CIA, he plays a CIA agent who just gets fed up with the system, and he just goes rogue, and he goes abroad into Europe to write his memoirs. But in doing that, he's just revealing secrets from within the CIA, and the CIA are after him, the Soviets are after him, everybody's after him. But it's a great laughter. What a wonderful comedy, and also what a wonderful movie, also about Mozart. So for my next pick, is besides Solaris, this is probably the other most philosophical, my most favorite film of this director, and that is Terrence Malick's The Thin Red Line. What a fantastic film about what does it truly mean to be at war, what does it truly mean to sacrifice oneself for the life of another. So many great names. I mean, John C. Reilly's in this film, Sean Penn is in this film, Woody Harrelson is in this film. Lots of people that now they're famous. This is when they started. They were just getting minor roles in this fantastic masterpiece that I cannot recommend enough. I was a little bit skeptical when I started watching it, but from the first frame, from the first utterance, wow, it grabbed me. And even now, thinking back, it's still a very shocking film, because it's reality. That's why it is so shocking. Well, thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ioan, and it's been a pleasure doing this video. Please subscribe, like, and comment with your recommendations. Until next time, take care, everybody.
За науку и за снаут.
Наука. Чепуха. В этой ситуации одинаково беспомощны и посредственность, и гениальность. Должен вам сказать, что мы вовсе не хотим завоевывать никакой космос. Мы хотим расширить Землю до его границ. Мы не знаем, что делать с иными мирами. Нам не нужно других миров. Нам нужно зеркало. Мы бьемся над контактом и никогда не найдем его. Мы в глупом положении человека, рвущегося к цели, которой он боится, которая ему не нужна. Человеку нужен человек.